In 94 counties in Tennessee, it's just football. But not in this town. In Lewis County, this is a way of life. You're tuned in to the High Forest Sports Network. Marty Spears, Matthew Farr, and Josh McDonald bringing you the action. Kickoff is right around the corner. This is Lewis County football.
Good evening, Panther fans. Welcome to Coach's Show here on the High Forest Sports Network. Proudly brought to you by Junkyard Dog, Highland Corporation, Baxter Services, People's Bank, Casa Grande, Andrew Yarbrough, Attorney at Law, the City of Hornwall, 2C Septic Cleaning and Portable Toilet Rentals, Bank of Lewis County, and this week's game sponsor, Assure Title and Escrow. This past week, the Panthers traveled to Lexington last Friday night for a tough non-region matchup against a strong 4A opponent. Lewis County fought hard for 4 quarters, but came up just short, 37-28. This week, now all eyes turn to this Friday, Region 5-2A championship against Mount Pleasant. It's on the line. Going to be played here at Bobby W. Sharp Stadium. Before we get into Mount Pleasant, we want to recap a little bit from this past week, talk a little bit about the game, dive a little deeper into it. First half of the game Friday night on Lexington's opening drive, the Tigers pulled out a trick fake punt on 4th and 12. Picked up a first down, extended their drive. That gamble paid off for them. They finished possession with a 6-yard touchdown run to take an early 6-0 lead. Panthers answered back quite quickly. Drew Ray broke loose for a 22-yard touchdown run to even things at 6-6 midway through the first quarter. In the second quarter, Lexington found momentum on the ground, punching in 3 rushing touchdowns, but the Panthers kept battling. Ray added 2 more rushing scores, including a tough 22-yarder and a short run that kept Lewis County within striking distance. The Tigers led 28-21 at the half. Coach Iser, that fake punt early gave Lexington some early momentum.
Yeah.
How'd that change the feel of the first quarter?
Well, I don't think it changed it overall, but it was a great call. They saw something on film that they liked, and they got us. Gutsy called it. I think it was like 4th and 17. And so it changed at the beginning of the game. Obviously, that was the first drive. We had gotten off the field, done a heck of a job, and you're hoping to turn that into 7 points, take the lead, and they hit us and then go down and score. But we didn't blink. We came right back. I think next 2 drive or whatever scored. So I definitely want to get off the field right there, and I think it would change the early game and up momentum a little bit. But you gotta commend them. That was a heck of a call, and they definitely did their homework on that one.
I thought it was pretty telling on that for them to go out there and risk that play that early in the game.
Yeah, they definitely saw something, which is not good for us, but it is good for us.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna make sure that don't happen again.
Well, it told me just from right there is like, well, this 4A school,
they're a
little bit concerned about what they're up against in this 2A school.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Otherwise, they'd have punted, held you 3 and out, and
Right.
got a little better field position, right? Because they was risking turning it over on their side of the field.
Yeah, it was just a great call. I mean, it really was. You got to give them credit.
Going to the half, down 28-21. What adjustments did you make at half?
No, not really. I mean, I thought we were offensively. I thought we were playing well, executing at a high level. We had, like we talked about here, the first drive we had given up the fake punt. The second drive we had them 2nd and I think 32, and got a 15-yard penalty to give them automatic first down. So that's us. I mean, both times they're getting off field, and obviously they had made the play, but that's kind of on us. So I thought we were in it. I knew we were in the game, but I thought it was more so we had to fix us in the second half to come out on top. And we told the guys, just like always, we're going to go out and score coming out of the half, which we didn't, but we ended up scoring the next drive. So overall, I was pleased. But we in the second half, we had too many turnovers. It really got to us.
Well, it was dead even at the half. I mean, they had to
Yeah.
They had one more possession than us, and they had 7 more points.
Yeah, I
And
think
the yardage was about 30 yards.
Yeah, 30-yard difference is what Joe said at halftime, and at the end of the game, it was like 50-yard difference. So
One of those hidden stats, I haven't ever really figured it out. We had a slew of negative yardage plays just on penalties.
yeah, we did. And I don't
we
know
had
why.
3 or 4 15-yarders, got a holding call, a couple of procedure penalties.
Yeah.
Part of that's rust, part of it was questionable in my book.
Well,
it's still one of those stats that shows up.
100%.
It's not on the stat book, but when you're having to go, 30 yards less than them, that doesn't account for those 60 or 70 that you lost.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, second half, we'll talk about it. In the third quarter, Colt Skelton hit Kobe Feininger on a 9-yard touchdown pass to make it 31-28, keeping the Panthers within a field goal. However, a Lexington field goal and a late touchdown in the fourth sealed it 37-28. Lewis County finished with more than 300 yards total offense. Plenty of bright spots, like you talked about, but turnovers, they proved costly. Pair of fumbles gave Lexington good field position. They turned into points both times.
Yeah.
Even so, it was a physical game, provided some valuable lessons heading into this week's region title showdown. Offensive stat highlights: Drew Ray, 20 carries, 106 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, 12 tackles on defense. We're going to talk a lot about that here.
Can you repeat that, Matthew?
20 carries, 106 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, 12 tackles on defense.
Do we need to say it one more time for the people in the back?
We're going to talk a lot about it here just shortly. Colt Skelton, 13 of 17 passing, 179 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 25 rushing yards. Kobe Feininger, 8 receptions, 117 yards, 1 touchdown. I think that was probably his biggest yardage game of the season.
Kobe was great.
It was good.
Yeah, he's great.
Team totals, 301 yards on 45 plays, average 6.7 yards per play. Still a great average, probably a little lower than what we've been used to, but still a great average. Defensive stat highlights: Braden Cooper had 12 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 1 fumble recovery. Drew Ray, 12 tackles. Braylon Bean, 11 tackles. Aiden Wise, 10 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Kobe Cates, 6 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Team totals, 13 total tackles for loss, 1 fumble recovery. Lexington offense, they lean pretty heavily on the run. What did you see on film that allowed them to find that success?
They were big, man. They were big. They got after our butts. They do a great job. And for the first time all year, I think our depth played a hand. They kind of wore us down a little bit. But man, our guys battled. We fought all night. I talked to them about that at halftime, and then after game, I'm very proud of that. Just didn't make enough plays down the stretch to get the win. And I think overall, I think our guys know that, and we've heard about all we want to hear. We're not here for no moral victories about going and playing a 4A team and hanging in there. That's not what this team is about.
No.
So we went to win, and we came up short. That's the bottom line.
Your defense was on the field a lot due to turnovers.
Yeah.
Guys like Cooper, Bean, Wise, anybody on that stat sheet I just read off, Drew Ray, you can tell they didn't give up.
Yeah.
They kept fighting. You've been a strong second half team all year long on the games that you've actually had to play in the second half. And I'm talking about your starters.
Yeah.
How important? Talk a little bit about their effort, and which you already have a little bit, but talk a little bit about that resilience and heading into the region championship this week and rest of the year playoffs.
Yeah, that's kind of a testament to everything we do in the off season. We talk about 4 quarters. Everything we do is based off of 4 because, you're not playing a 2-quarter game. You're not playing a 3-quarter game. It's a 4-quarter battle all night long. And, everything we do is tailored towards that. And you hope that we're in better shape and all of that to where we're better in the second half and then better in that fourth quarter.
You're going to run into teams. You're going to run into more Lexingtons the further you go.
Correct.
I mean, that's these games, these halves off are pretty much over with for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
They, that resilience in the second half is going to
Yeah.
pay off here.
Yeah, the
in
guys,
coming weeks.
our guys are going to keep coming. They're going to keep fighting. There ain't no doubt in my mind about that, no matter what happens.
Out of all those stats that you read, if you look at most of that, I think most of it boils back to any simple football game. Very even rushing, passing, total stats. The one difference was we lost the turnover
Can't
and the penalty.
Yep. Both of those can happen.
If you do that in a game, I would say it's probably 90+% that you lose.
Yep.
Outside of that, we ran the ball, we threw the ball. A few times we probably could have got off the field a little better on defense.
Mhm.
But overall, I thought we played really well. They got a short field once, took advantage of that, and probably I felt like we probably left some negative plays out there on defense.
Yeah.
But I think that's one of those where you just have to kind of give Lexington credit because
Yeah,
they were athletic enough to make the play.
They did a great job. I mean, they got us on the tunnel a couple times with number 2. He's a heck of a ball player.
Yeah.
So that made a difference. But they were big physical football team, and we take pride in being that as well. So I think it was good for us, and hopefully it'll pay dividends going forward.
They done one other thing real well too. Is like for the most part, we've come on here 8 weeks now. We've talked every week about how much we have absolutely just owned the field position battle.
Yep.
We didn't do that Friday night.
Yeah, I'm telling you that I talked about it last week before the show. That staff is very good. They do a great job of putting their guys in the right positions. They do a great job with analytics. They do a great job with breakdown. I mean, they well prepared and a well coached football team, and you got to give them a lot of credit.
That's right. And like Matthew was talking about, when you look over there, I noticed this once. Just a couple more things, we move on, but they were rotating about 8 guys down in the trenches.
Yes,
I mean,
We're not.
we're not able to do that.
That's great if you can.
That's
pretty awesome.
And really, like when you rotate one guy, you hope he's not a drop off. But they were rolling like 3 or 4 in and out.
Right.
But
They
that's
look
the
the part.
difference between a 4A school and a 2A
Yeah,
school.
That's exactly right. But my memory might be wrong on this. Felt like we played mostly a 3-man front defensively in the first half. We did.
No, we were strictly 4-man this game. I mean, we mixed in a little bit of our stack, but mostly 4-man.
I felt like we moved more to it in the second half. I
No,
don't know
we-
if that was the halftime adjustment.
We've been running our 4-man front the last. We pretty much molded into it the last 3 or 4 weeks.
I knew there was a few times I looked down, we was in a 3-man front, but
Yeah. Now we'll mix it in here and there, but
It's soapbox time. I think we touched on this. We've talked about it for
you got the receipts.
2 weeks.
it's right there. I mean, you
Yeah.
go back, I brought it up in the Houston County game, I believe, when I started, wasn't it, Matthew?
67 tackles, 969 yards, 25 total touchdowns, 126 receiving yards, 1 kickoff return touchdown, second in 2A rushing yards, first in 2A total scoring, 1 in 2A total touchdowns, 9th in 2A total tackles, 100 yards and 3 touchdowns. Back up. 106 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 12 tackles against a 4A team. And that young man is yet to be mentioned in the Mr. Football circles.
Apparently, Matthew, it's kind of like this. We're in Homewall, we're God's country down here. You know, we're in this little void where apparently nobody from Nashville, Jackson, Columbia realizes there's football played in Lewis County. Pretty good football from what I've seen. Pretty good history. But, you know, if you talk to people, they they're got their head buried in the sand or something else, and they're not just paying any attention to what's going on. I mean, if you put those stats on a Nashville area school, you're beating his door down. What else does the kid have to do? You say maybe he didn't have the best, competition. You know what? That cost him. That cost him stats. If that kid would have played the other 6 halves that he set out, he'd have probably been somewhere up at around 1,500 yards and more like 35 touchdowns.
We've spent the day. Hold up. Let me rephrase that. I did not spend my whole day emailing people. For the people at TCAT, I didn't. This was on my lunch break. I emailed several people. Josh did the same. It was on his lunch break as well, I'm sure. Ronnie has emailed. I'm sure there have been others. We've emailed sports writers. And I want to give one person credit. I want to give Harrison Campbell credit. He did carry on a conversation with me. I don't agree with 90% of what he said, but I don't understand. I don't understand their reasoning as to why they're not including him in this conversation. I'll read the email. I don't care to. Thanks for reaching out. Drew was in conversations for both our original Mr. Football watch list and then the under the radar candidate story. As I know, both he and Lewis County have amazing seasons, are having amazing seasons. In the end, with so many great players, especially in Class 2A, we had to make some real tough cuts, and Drew was probably one of the top names across all classes that missed out. Again, there are a ton of great candidates in 2A, and to be honest, strength of schedule played a factor when trying to nitpick and separate some of the other top candidates in the classification. Not to say he's any less deserving, and I'm sure he'll be in consideration for the award come end of season. So I replied back with the help of you two. I said, thanks for getting back to me. So what you are saying is stats don't matter. And then I proceeded to list the stats that I just read off a few minutes ago. His reply was, not at all. Stats certainly play a factor, which is why he was in such strong consideration for both lists. But they are also not the only thing in consideration. For example, I'm not going to name another player because I don't want to do that.
No.
Player XYZ from XYZ school, who was included in the original watch list, doesn't necessarily have eye-popping stats this season, but he's the top offensive weapon on our number 1 ranked team and quite often hasn't played full games due to margin of victory for Team XYZ. Other players included are among some of the top defensive players in the state, which doesn't always show up on the stat sheet, but something we can gauge in conversations with coaches, which we did have in narrowing the list down. Again, at times we're splitting hairs trying to separate all of these great lists. So my reply back was basically saying, I got stats from Ronnie. Drew played 1 quarter versus Scott Seal. He played 3 quarters versus Heatman County, 3 quarters versus Houston County, 2 quarters versus Zion, 3 quarters versus Loretta, 2.5 quarters versus Summertown, which was actually just 1 drive, and he scored on that.
Yeah, just 1 play.
He's 9th in tackles in the state. He is one, if not the best defensive player in our region, and I'm going to say that his competition for the best defensive player in our region is on his team.
Yeah, if he's not the leading defensive player in our team, or in our region, it's because the other linebackers and defensive linemen that are around him.
But like I said, I emailed several people. I'm not going to try to – I want to give Harrison Campbell a little bit of credit. He did get back to me.
Yeah, at least he engaged.
He engaged a little bit. Some of the others said, thank you, or they said, well, that's not our area we cover. I've yet to find anybody that will own up to covering this area of the state.
Black hole.
Let me ask you this, Matthew. Seems like I've not been bashful about calling folks out this year, so might as well add to the list. If your magazine or your newspaper It's called the Tennessean. What does that represent? I mean,
Johnson
Sounds-
City to Memphis.
that's the way I take it. I mean, it's called the Tennessean, right? That means all of us. We're about an hour from where that's printed at, right?
Yeah.
Come on. And, you know, we're not asking you to exclude anyone from your list. Your list had some legitimate candidates. We saw it. It's who you didn't include. What else does he have to do? If you've named all these reasons, player X over here should still be included, why not this guy? He's done the same thing against, similar competition. Obviously, if player X is sitting over there not playing second half, what's that tell you? They're beating somebody that's a lesser opponent, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
That's all you can do. You cannot do anything about the schedule. You have to dominate the teams that are on your schedule, and those kids are doing that. So don't sit there and throw that garbage up and let somebody try to digest it, because that's all it is garbage. Get out of your little shell, leave Nashville, leave Columbia, leave wherever you're from, and go watch football. That's your job.
I can't understand any reasoning. Like I said, I'll give him credit. He was the only one that really engaged with me. I had others that I don't cover this. One guy said, I just moved to Tennessee mid-season. Valid reasons, but it doesn't, this, where he says that, well, he's been on the bench through this other player that he's talking about. He's been on the bench. Drew Ray's been on the bench through pretty much every second half, with the exception of a couple of games.
5 carries and sat 3 quarters at Scottsville.
Yeah.
And still scored twice.
Yeah. I mean, so I don't, there's no reasoning. There's no reason that you can give me that I'm going to understand or I'm going to agree with.
I mean, you can say what you want. You're wrong. I mean, I'm sorry. When you do what that kid has done, and he could have done more, we all know that. There's no arguing that. If you choose to make some kind of excuse to why he was excluded, you're wrong.
Absolutely.
There is nothing else you can say about it. You are absolutely wrong.
Well, I know I think I speak for Drew as well. Obviously, we appreciate it. And I'm in agreement. Drew's one of mine, as well as all of my other guys. I want them to get the recognition that they do deserve. And I do feel like we are slotted around here. Not a lot of people talk about even this game this week is how big it is, but there's nobody really talking about it. Like
No.
it should have. I mean, it should be a huge crowd out here. It should be people in the whole state coming in and watching and wanting to see. If you've got a question of how good he is, come watch him against some of the best teams. So come watch all of our guys. At the end of the year, I'm hoping that we get a few of these guys on the all-state team. But
Makes you wonder if they have a shot.
I agree.
Well,
I agree.
I mean, I'm not a Mount Pleasant guy. I'm imagining they got some pretty good ball players. I watched them on
ain't no
film. They
doubt.
got some dudes.
They got some dudes, and they deserve to be. There's a couple of them that deserve to be all-state before when it's all said and done too.
And, another nerve right here just got twitching. So, how many 2A schools are in Middle Tennessee, Matthew?
I have no idea.
Most of them are not in Middle Tennessee.
Right.
So he brought that up about all the quality competition that's going on in 2A football in Middle Tennessee. Guess what? Most of the 2A schools are east and west.
Correct.
So you've got, like, if you want to discuss 2A football,
You've got to go in southern Middle Tennessee.
that's right. You got that little cluster right there north of Nashville.
Yeah.
And then you got this periphery right here that hugs Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, once again, you brought that up, but guess what? You're wrong again, buddy.
Are we done?
No.
We could go on and talk about this all night. It's mind-boggling to me. And like I said, nobody will make me understand it. Nobody will make me agree with it, whatever reason you come up with.
What was the response when you can tell I kind of get animated when I go to talk about something like this because it just bugs the crap out of me. What was the response when you invited him to the ball game and the coaches show.
I also sent back, I said, also, we extend an open invitation to you or anyone else to this week's game against Mount Pleasant. Would love to have you on the High Force Sports Network either at halftime Friday night or on our weekly coaches show tonight at 6. His response, there's no doubt Drew is having an amazing season. He certainly was in consideration because of it. I primarily cover Southern Middle Tennessee with teams like Mount Pleasant, Summertown, Loretta, all in my coverage area. So I've been tracking Lewis County and Drew's season since the start. I have no part in Mr. Football voting, but when making some of those tough cuts, actually you do. Whenever you write an article,
Yeah, people
you
see.
have a part in Mr. Football voting. But when making some of those tough cuts, I did lean on a couple of my coworkers who do vote for the award to get insight on how conversations go in the voting room. And ultimately, we had to leave a couple of elite level players off. In having those conversations, though, Drew is certainly on all of our radars, including those voters. And I appreciate the invite. It's a huge game, and I'd no doubt be there. But this Friday, I'm going to be covering the state volleyball championships in Murfreesboro. We're certainly not happy the TSSAA decided to schedule that on the same day as Friday night football. Wishing the boys best of luck against Mount Pleasant, though, and I'd love to join you guys on the show. Unfortunately, I have the volleyball going on Friday, and I'm at another event this evening. Perhaps I can join for a future show. That invitation does not stop tonight. That invitation is open. Again, thanks for reaching out. Always happy to hear feedback, and by no means want to diminish what Drew's accomplished this year.
I wonder if those coworkers are Summertown kids. Maybe I hit a nerve.
Well, my question is, when did Lewis County, when did they get removed geographically from Southern Middle Tennessee?
Did we move?
I don't get it. So Harrison, if I'm not mistaken, works for the Columbia Daily Herald.
Really?
It is a long way from here.
There,
I mean, I had to drive it every day.
they sell newspapers.
It's a long.
They
It's at
sell
least 30 minutes.
Yeah.
they sell newspapers in Lewis County.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I don't understand where his coverage is not Lewis County.
Let me ask you this, Matthew. I know I ain't going too far into this, but most Sundays, around lunchtime, 1 o'clock, the AP poll was released, right? Y'all ever pay attention to how people actually vote in the AP poll? It is absolutely, I don't know where you get your credentials to vote in that. You must buy them at the thrift store because they have no clue of it. Like when they vote, like Team X can lose to Team Y badly, at home and go up in the rankings.
Makes sense.
Does that make sense?
It does to me.
It perfect sense if you bought your credentials at the thrift store. So, the Gators lose to USF at their own field and went up in the rankings according to certain AP poll voters.
They're going to
You
be
got one job.
They're going to be better next week. They got a new coach.
Yeah. But now I'm talking about that.
That was the first game of the
Yeah,
year.
I know.
So-
Second week of the year.
But you got one job.
I promise you there's one team that will not go up in the voting if they vote.
We're not going.
Okay. My bad. Sometimes you gotta slap me, I get off.
You've been muted before. Right? Don't make me go there.
All right, we'll get off of this soapbox for a little bit. We got a couple of guests tonight. We got Kobe Feitinger and Drew Ray that are joining us.
Can't promise we won't come back to that.
We probably will.
Sometimes you just got to do a drive-by. Just stomp on a toe.
It's nothing new for us to beat a dead horse around here.
What are you talking about?
You ready for a break?
We're ready. All right, we're back. Like I said before the break, we got Kobe Feidinger and Drew Ray joining us. Guys, tough week. Something you haven't been used to this year. Something none of us have been used to this year. We talked a little bit last night. How do we handle this show after a loss? We're not used to doing this. Y'all take off. How's practice been this week? They've been pretty tough on you.
I mean, as a team, we haven't really been practicing as good as we should have. I mean, we definitely should have. I mean, today we didn't have the best day, but we talked as a team and with the coaches as well. We're going to come back tomorrow and have a better practice.
What's your mindset coming in? You got big Lexington's behind us. Let's move on. What's your mindset coming into this Friday night?
Well, I'm obviously go out there to win. I mean, I'm always got a little bit of nervousness before a game, which is a good thing in my opinion. But I am a little nervous, but
Just little butterflies over the Yeah. I was going to do that before Lee Matthew go on the air. I've been doing that for about 30 years.
I've still got them. I ain't get rid of them yet.
Yeah.
But we're going to play as hard as we can. Preparing, practice for them, doing the best we can. It's going to be a good game for sure.
Absolutely. Josh,
Well, I'd like to ask y'all a little bit about y'all's performances at Lexington. I mean, game's over and done with, but I thought y'all both had outstanding games. You had 106 yards, 3 touchdowns, 12 tackles. I guess it's a decent night. According to some folks. Kobe went for 6 catches, 89 yards.
117 yards, 8 receptions, 117 yards.
Didn't mean to slide you. Can't count.
Just stay on top of him.
1 touchdown. I mean, y'all both had stellar games. And Kobe, it seemed like you were finding you getting open a lot down the middle, right?
Yes, sir.
That's
So,
I know you
too high.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
were you just kind of settling in the soft spot?
well, there was with 2 safeties over the top, and if you can give them a head fake to the outside, and a lot of times they'll open their hips, and then you can cut right off where they open their hips, and you got them beat right there. And then you can just find the hole right there, and you got to be looking for the backside safety, which he caught me on one.
Don't be giving away too many of your secrets.
Yeah. One other thing, and you can edit this if it has to be edited. So you were involved in a pass interference. You were playing DB.
Yeah.
You were in position to make the pick, and I don't know really what.
Well, I talked to the ref about it. I asked him. I was like, can you tell me what I did there to get that call? And he said, you didn't give the receiver a chance to catch the ball. And I just said, yes, sir. Nothing else I
I
can
can
do.
tell you were asking
Yes, sir.
him a question.
And but in the back of my head, that's defense.
Right.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering. But there were some things that kind of made me scratch my head, and I saw you asking. That's why I asked that question. But like I said, I mean, y'all played really well the other night. We just come up a little short. The plays were there for us to win that game. Just a couple mistakes here and there cost us. But more importantly, I mean, y'all are playing for the big gold ball this Friday night. That's been a couple of years since we've had the opportunity to do that. Were y'all freshmen when we won that one?
I was a freshman.
I was an 8th grader.
That's right. You're a junior. That's a pretty special thing. I mean, you can go out here in the hallway. We've got gold balls up and down through there winning district and region championships. For most team goals, that is the number one team goal. That's the first one you got to accomplish. You got to get to that one to get to the next one. So that's something we can go out there. Y'all can hit y'all's name in class of 2025 or 2026.
Yeah.
Region champs. So what are y'all looking for this Friday night, specifically in that?
Obviously to win. but I mean, being able to play in that region championship is pretty special for me because, I mean, I know it's going to draw a crowd that, that gets me pumped up. I mean, Lexington, they had a huge crowd. That was pretty fun. I mean, some people didn't like it, a little scared, but I thought it was pretty fun. And then,
That's what it's about.
yeah.
Do you remember the atmosphere your freshman year at that Riverside game where we won it?
Doesn't
From
get
my
any better than
memory
that.
through here, it don't get much better than that. That was like, you could feel the electricity in this stadium that night.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Then
Thank-
Matthews talked about that.
Yeah, that
Rainy
game
time.
it goes down as one of those games you remember the rest of your life, and we weren't even playing in it. I mean, that.
I felt like it was. I was.
By the time it's over with, I was wore out.
Yeah, I needed a bath.
The one thing about you look at this matchup Friday night, you control your own destiny. We don't have to worry about, well, if this team wins here, this team loses here.
That's right.
It's 1A versus 1B this Friday night. So that's got to be something in the back of your mind to think on. That you don't have to worry about anybody else. You go out and play your game, and you take care of business, and you know what that result's going to be at the end of the game.
I don't know if you could ask for anything else. Football guys, that's what you look forward to. I would, me personally, I love showing up on a Friday night and you can feel that buzz.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how it is. There's some Friday nights that just don't have that buzz. This Friday night, you'll have that buzz. You'll feel it. And I feel like y'all are going to come out. I'm not saying y'all played bad ball Friday night, but that's the furthest thing from the truth. I think y'all are going to come out with a little bit of a swagger this Friday night. The other thing, I don't know how much I really ought to tell you about this, but I'm just going to go ahead and tell you straight up. That is, we've just spent the last 15 minutes absolutely roasting the sports writers of this area.
We have those.
Well, Eric Wardle, you've scored 25 times. You've got 960 something yards rushing. 69, 67 tackles. Yeah, about 13 or 14 of those for loss.
Yeah.
Pretty good year by, I figure, most any metric that you measure that by.
Yeah.
So we're beating the drum as loud as that drum can be beat to try to get some attention. This football team deserves it. Our individuals on this football team deserve it. Kobe's had a phenomenal year. I mean, if it wasn't for you scoring all the time, he might score some more. But he ain't mad at that. It's about them dubs, right, Kobe?
Yes, sir.
So that's what we get. So maybe hand off to your man every now and then. Like, go down to the one and let him take you one. But no, that's seriously. We have been discussing that. Me and Matthew and several other people have been sending emails. We want Lewis County football to get on the map. I don't know why it's not. We want the players to get on the map. We want people to come to the game. Friday night when we roll up in here, I want those stands full. I even want the Mount Pleasant people to be here.
What's amazing to me is the stats that you've put up this year. When you look at the number of weapons that's on this team.
Yeah.
When you look at, you've got Coach Skelton, you've got Braylon Bean, you got Kobe Feitinger, you've got
Wise.
Aiden
Kay
Wise,
Carroll.
Kay Carroll. Kay's who I went blank trying to think of Kay Carroll's name. You look at all of these weapons, and none of these guys are slouches by any means, and you're still able to put up these numbers. I can't understand, why the recognition has not been there, and I don't want to concentrate just on that, Drew, on your stats, because, like I said, this is a team, and y'all played as a team all year. I'm not trying to separate you from the team whatsoever. I find it amazing with the number of weapons on this team that you've been able to.
Well, if you look at the breakdowns on Friday nights, it's not like Drew's getting every carry and every
Absolutely
reception.
not.
I mean, 67 tackles. I mean, you look over there, a lot of times Bean have 10,
Yeah.
Cooper have 10.
Well, I mean, and he hasn't even been the leading tackler.
Right,
every
that's my
week.
point.
I
It's
mean,
like
that's-
you're still top 10 to 280 tackles. And probably got 2 guys on the team that's right there with you, right?
Yeah,
So-
I looked at, I went on Max Reps and looked at all the stats and stuff. I was thinking, I was like, I don't know how I'm not up there. I mean,
We keep thinking me and Matthew are going to get a ballot. You're
I'm-
going
I'm
to be on there if we get a ballot.
After today, we probably won't.
We probably got just exiled from everything. That's how I'm good with that. I mean,
I think our chances of getting in that
that's all right.
in that
They're on the
room
list,
are-
though, Matthew.
All right, guys, you got anything else you want to add tonight?
I want to ask you one other thing. You got to say.
Of course he does.
This is pretty brief, because I don't think Drew's gonna get very wordy. You still pursuing playing football in college, correct? How's recruiting going?
not like it should be. I mean, I got some smaller schools talking to me a little bit, but I mean, I ain't got what I've wanted. I mean, I'm still waiting.
I think that'll come. I mean,
Well, we need him to come to the games.
Yeah.
You putting out your highlight tapes and all that regularly. That's, I don't know, man. I went through this with my son for the past several years. And it can be frustrating, I can tell you that,
Yeah.
because it's kind of like the conversations Matthew and I had today. You get told a lot of things, and some of it just doesn't add up from the people that's telling you these things. And I don't want to go very deep into that, but sometimes the people that are telling you that are struggling at their jobs, maybe you ought to do something different. You know?
all right, guys, y'all got anything else y'all want to add? Thank y'all for being with us tonight. This is y'all the first return guest that we've had. So thank y'all
Joe,
for
you want to go on like a rant to end it?
No, I'm good today.
you can stand up,
Kind
turn
of bottled up.
you can stand up, turn the table over, whatever you want to do.
You can unleash like WWE style if you want.
Y'all want to talk about Geyser?
Oh, we welcome that.
We welcome that. I mean, if you want to dog
He
him,
won't,
that's
he won't know
fine.
any of it.
No,
Unless he's on
We
YouTube.
won't tell him. We won't say a word about it.
We won't let him say a word about it either.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right, we're back. Our attention turns now to Mount Pleasant Region Championship. It doesn't get much bigger than this. This Friday night, we host Mount Pleasant Tigers. One thing they're doing, we're asking all Panther fans to wear black.
Please.
Having a blackout game this Friday night.
Yep.
Mount Pleasant comes in at 7-1.
that?
I don't know. I was going to see if I could get a black shirt.
Very needy. What color is that one? Gray.
I would call it gray,
It's not black.
not black.
See what we can do.
Mount Pleasant comes in at 7-1, one of the hottest teams in the region. Only lost, came in close 24-21 game against Forest. Since then, they've been on a roll, picking up dominant wins over Adamsville, Scottsdale, and East Hickman. They're scoring points in bunches, playing great defense, allowing just 6 total points over the last 2 weeks. Seem to be a well-balanced team, playmakers all over the field. Like I talked to told the boys, this is the kind of matchup you want. This is for the region championship. We're not depending on if this team loses or this team wins.
We'll take it.
This is head to head for all of it.
Yep.
For the trophy. Looking at Mount Pleasant, what impresses you the most about them on film?
Yeah, man, they're a very good football team, playing at a high level. They've got a lot of guys that can hurt you. They've got a great running back, heck of a receiver, a Mr. Do It All, and number 4 who he'll come in at quarterback, receiver, running back. Does a little bit of everything, man. Number 22 on defense, man, I really like him. Y'all will see him on Friday night. I think he's a heck of a ball player. He's all over the field. He makes plays down at the line of scrimmage. He makes plays in the secondary. He makes plays on the right side, left side. I mean, everywhere. He's a heck of a football player. They've got some linemen, defensive linemen, especially number 5, who's very good. They create a lot of cold. Hope that ain't on film. Fire. This is the one.
You good? Good helps hard to find.
I apologize that my darn GA. I half used battery. But anyway, they've got playmakers all over the field on offense, and they got some guys on defense that really get after it. It's going to be a great test. Looking forward to hopefully a great game. I think they're well coached. I think a lot of Coach Kit over there, Coach Kit Hartsfield. He's a great coach. He and I talk pretty much every week about something or another. Well coached. They're good in all 3 phases. It's going to be a heck of a matchup, I hope.
They've been pretty explosive offensively.
Yep.
What's your keys to defense to slow that down?
Yeah, they've got some guys that can go, so they like the big plays, quick strike offense, I would say. So, you've got to limit that. Hopefully make them drive and don't give up any of the big ones. Keep everything in front of us.
After a tough loss, Lexington, how do you get you guys mentally locked in for this championship game?
Well, most of the time coming off a loss, especially the first loss, you worry about stuff like that. But, this team, this is the biggest ball game of the year. I don't think you have to worry.
If you can't get up for this game,
No, I don't think you got to worry about these guys. I think they're going to be ready.
My belief is this. I don't think there's anything you can do about it. I really believe that. I think it's those kids. Either they're going to be up for it or they're not.
Yep.
There's nothing. If you have to, as a coach, if you have to flip their switch, that switch cannot be flipped.
I agree.
That's the bottom line.
I agree. You prepare for stuff like this all off season. You hopefully train their minds and train their bodies to where, when it's go time, it's go time. And y'all know the bunch that I've got this year. They when it's time to be serious, normally they're pretty serious.
Yeah, it's going to be a physical, emotional game, I'm sure.
Yep.
They're going to have to control those emotions.
Yep.
At times, and I guess I'm sure you've probably preached that to them this week. There's probably going to be some tempers flare at times.
They don't like it when I talk about that.
Well, this is one of those, Matthew. To me, when you look at it, like if you do a film study on Mount Pleasant, you go down through there, as an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, whatever, you're looking for weaknesses to expose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
They check most of the boxes that you're looking for.
They don't have a lot of weaknesses.
And, so there's some teams that are going to have a glaring weaknesses. Right there's that soft spot. I got to hit that soft spot. They don't really have a glaring soft spot.
No, they don't.
They have a lot of glaring strengths.
Correct.
So you say, well, that right there's really good. It might be one of those things where you say, well, I got to minimize that. Like you're talking about the shots. If they're really good at running the ball or really good at throwing shots, definitely don't need them doing the quick strike down the field and scoring in
Yeah.
one play.
Yeah, for sure. You got to make them work.
So, but when you look at it on paper, it checks out.
Yep.
This is one of those like
It should be a good
we check the boxes, they check the boxes. What you want to do, depending on who you are, I guess. I mean, for my part, I hope they come in here flat. We just boot stomp them.
I agree.
I might be partial. I'm not sure.
I
think
got
I
a
tend to
feeling.
agree.
I got a feeling it's going to be like another game we talked about this year. It's going to be one of those games we may remember for a while.
People are wanting to take something away from that game that just ain't there. That Adamsville game. People can say what they want to, but that Adamsville team that come out in the first half was the real deal.
And we've not seen that team. We've not seen that same team since then.
They must have got on the bus at half and they ain't come back.
Apparently so.
I don't know.
You can say what
But that was a good football team.
you can say what you want to about that, but that is what we've seen since then has not been the same
Nowhere near. No, sir.
Adamsville team. I don't know what happened there, whether they've got some injuries, but it's what Mount Pleasant played. What I forget who their other opponent was that they've played since us. That did someone else beat them?
Yeah, a team out of state.
The Mississippi team.
Mississippi.
Yeah, I
team.
can't think of the name off the top of my head.
That's not the same team that we played in the first half of that game or the second half either. I mean, not saying they gave it to us the second half. Something happened there. I don't know if they're fighting injuries or what, but
Well, that's 100% what it is. I mean, they weren't injured in the first half. When they come out in the second half, that game got really physical. Nothing dirty. Just there was some pops made.
Yeah.
There were some guys that got up slow. I remember playing him when the quarterback got up, favoring something in his leg. I don't remember. I don't know what it was exactly.
Yeah, I remember watching the replay. You said something about it that he got up. He's a little
He felt
wobbly
that.
coming back up.
Yeah, he felt that.
Yeah.
The running back's the same way. That running back, he got up once.
Yeah.
And I'm not real sure what his was either. But and the slot receiver that just wreaked havoc on those little crossing routes.
Yeah, Bean hit him.
He got tattooed.
Yeah, he hit him pretty good.
all right. You got anything else you want to add about Mount Pleasant before? I think Josh has got something he wants to talk about.
No.
We're going to do that later on.
We're going to do that later on.
Biggest thing, encourage you guys to come out. We need the biggest crowd that we can get. Obviously, we're not going to make no bones about it. We're playing for a region championship, and this community has been great at supporting these guys, and they deserve your support. I think we've talked about in other ways, but they deserve your support this Friday night.
It's just like you said about the team. If you can't get up for this game,
Yeah.
whether you're on the team, whether you're a coach, or whether you're a fan,
Yeah.
you can't get up for a game.
Whatever, whether you're frustrated with things in the past or whatever, we still put Lewis County on our jersey, and these guys work their butt off every single day, and they deserve you to come out here. If you think you might need to come out here this Friday night, you do. And I encourage you, please come through this gate and give this bunch the best credit they've had in their career.
All right. So maybe I do have to do it now. Sometimes it just segues perfectly. So here it is. I mean, Ronnie just led this right into it. So if you're not at this game, do you even really care? I mean, and I'm sorry. It's just the bottom. A wise man once said, if you ain't Tennessee, what'd he say, Ronnie?
Don't even.
What'd he say, Ronnie?
Don't even.
What'd he say?
You're either ball or you ain't.
You either ball or not. All right. So we ain't balls. What are we?
We're Panthers.
Either you a Panther or you ain't.
I
So
agree.
if you ain't here Friday night, you ain't. So don't talk about it. Don't even talk about it. If you're not here, when you come through that gate Friday night, you need your black on. Don't put the black out.
Black.
I want the old school milk jugs full of BBs and rocks.
While we're on the milk jugs, I encourage anybody that has some milk jugs they would like to donate, bring them to the high school one day this week before Friday. We're going to get those filled up. The kids are going to do that. And
But that's like Tony Vitello for whatever you want to.
There should be people parked at the new high school.
So Vitello's loved, right? We're in agreement on that.
Absolutely.
we're just bringing up Vitello.
We're going to miss him when he's gone, whenever that may be. He quoted one of the greatest quotes ever. He said, either you're a ball or you're not. Either you're a Panther or you're not.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the bottom line. Show up to the games, dang. It's beautiful. God's gonna make it 72 degrees outside. That's what you want your thermostat at. Come to the ball games.
Please.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be on turf. It's gonna be real pretty.
These guys deserve that.
Absolutely.
There should be people parked at the new high school. There should be people parked at TCAP.
It
across
needs
the
to
road.
be that atmosphere where
we've
you
seen-
can
we
feel the
have
electricity in your own.
I agree.
We have seen that before, where there were people parked
Well, yeah.
all up and down through here.
My coaching staff has talked about it. There was a game. Yeah, heck, if Coach Sharp was here, he'd tell you what day it was on. But played Hickman County in the playoffs way back when, and it was about 4 deep lined up around this fence because
Yeah.
this place was absolutely packed out. That's what I want.
Well,
And that's what it should be
back
this
in the
week.
good old days, like all the tennis court, softball field, that wasn't out there. That was all.
That was all full. I've
When-
seen them parked over at TCAP.
Well, you remember when they used to park at the Golden Saddle? I mean,
Yeah.
you got to be kind of old to even remember the Golden Saddle, right?
I
We've
remember-
got more parking now with the new high school than we've ever had. So
Yeah.
parking is not an issue. And I can promise
Hey,
you,
if you
I'll
wanna
make
do
sure
something,
they
we'll be here.
open it where you can park up there.
So if a fellow wants to do something, whatever it is,
Come out Friday night.
he'll do it, right?
Absolutely.
If I want to do something, I'll be there to do it.
Amen.
I'm not going to make any excuses. I'm going to be there.
Amen. If you ain't came to one game all year, but you've got a little inclination. This is the
game.
one.
This is the game to be at.
And this team needs you, and we would appreciate your support.
Yep. Don't come sit on your cell phone. Bring your jug, shake your jug.
Whoa.
No cheating over
We
here.
don't do that.
We're still soapbox.
Yeah. We're trying to get Panther faithful.
That's right.
Hey,
I
Panther Nation has been
thought
great.
I thought there might have been something else missing.
Panther Nation has been great. Let's
Told you I
double it.
thought I was going to get some emotion out of you.
You
better
did.
hit me like a puppy dog.
He's good.
He
his,
did.
His eyes are
You
watering.
don't
a
get me
little
talking about Vitello. He's in my hearts right now. He's in my feelings.
I told you I was going to get in your feels.
I am.
You didn't know where I was going to go. with that.
He's about broke me this week.
bit. Is he gone?
Yeah, I mean, we're not talking about it.
Well, I mean, what kind of jerk brings that out on the third Saturday in October?
He didn't do that.
I didn't say he
He
did.
didn't
Oh,
do
I said,
that.
what jerk did? What reporter was that?
Yeah, somebody.
This
did.
is like a Tennessee and
Guarantee it was
jerk.
an Alabama fan.
Exactly. Is he one of these guys that ain't doing the coverage of Mr. Football?
He lives in Columbia.
See what I'm saying? See this?
I agree.
I'm finding some connections there.
Come out Friday night. Wear your black. Support this football team. These guys deserve it.
If I can find a black shirt, I will wear a black shirt. If not, I'll just do body paint.
Julie, if you're listening,
Please,
I
please
know
find
he's
him a black
got
shirt.
a
We
black
don't-
shirt in there somewhere. I've seen it before. Actually, I got him one last year. Okay, would you please find it for me tonight? I appreciate that.
You're on like YouTube, just telling people falsities. This is not black shirt. Word.
You've got a black shirt,
Probably.
and your wife is finding it right now.
Yeah.
She loves me. Don't forget that. She would do that for me because I asked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that not contractual that we get a black home shirt?
Here we go. with the
There's a
contract.
lot
Yeah.
of stuff. I believe you do have a black shirt
Probably.
that was given by me or by.
I don't recall
Program.
because
I had to buy my own this year.
I probably got one of those old school ones that says,
You didn't. Where'd you buy that at?
BSN
How'd you get access to that?
because
He's
Oh.
got a link.
because my son gave me the link.
Okay. Wait, what kind of hat? What color hat is that? Where'd that come from?
You said wear a black shirt. This is a hat.
Anybody?
Nope.
Hey, I tell you what. I've got one for you. Anybody else that needs a black shirt, you call me tomorrow.
You have messed up.
You call me tomorrow after practice.
You gonna put your phone number on there?
After practice.
Here, I'll put his phone number.
And I will see if I can't find you a black shirt for this Friday night. Do not let that stop you from coming and watching these guys on Friday night. How about that?
Matthew's gonna sign up for doing body painting at 6 years.
Okay.
Well, everybody's gonna be wearing black.
I'll get some spray paint.
How cheap is it gonna be?
I don't know.
Bring the jugs, right?
Shake your jug, yes.
And those stupid cowbells. Bring those too. We'll take them this week. Even though I don't like them, bring them.
Do all of that while we're on defense.
Please. Yeah, when I've got the offense out there, we need quiet. As McDonald did the video a couple years ago. What was it? Offense at work. Yeah. Quiet.
We need to communicate. All right. Anything else we want to? add before we move on to
Now bring it.
the most important part?
Are we doing a commercial break or are we just going straight?
I think it's time. We're going to recap last week's picks
All right.
from you two guys, and see what our
Hang on
yearly
now.
total is.
Hang on. There was 3 people who picked last week.
That is
Now, there-
incorrect.
No.
No.
There was 2 people that picked
On
that,
air.
that count on air, and there was a 3rd person that put in off-air picks.
Yeah. Well,
And he came in pretty cocky, like
it's going to
that
stay.
he was smarter than the room.
I didn't say that.
That's
asked,
the way he acted.
Y'all asked me.
After we went
It
off,
was insinuated.
after
And
we
it was
went
also
off
wrote
air,
down.
We're going to keep them off air.
he
not.
For high school purposes, we'll keep them
we
off
will keep
air.
the high school picks
Okay.
off air.
The other 3, not
Okay,
so much.
fair enough.
But he came in after the show and he made his picks, and he portrayed that he was the smartest person in the room. Did he not?
That is not true.
Did he
You
not?
know, it was very,
Well,
very cocky.
He took a beating last week. I'll say
I
that.
don't even know who played last week, except for Tennessee and Bama. You know who picked that one, right?
That was not one of our
Oh,
picks.
okay.
Listen, if you
Hey, you've already been kicked out of one group chat this week.
How are those SIGs?
Mine's still in the
perfectly fine, that's
it's still,
Totally
it's still out there
understand.
in the
Still in the wrapper.
cup holder of my pickup.
All right, let's roll. What's
All
our
right.
recap?
All right. Josh and I both went 3-2. We picked.
That's improvement.
Yeah, they're getting
we,
better.
we got one game better. We're going to get better every
So
week.
on the
Brick by
year,
brick.
we're still tied.
We're still tied up.
It's getting down to the wire.
If we end tied, Ronnie has to buy dinner.
That was
There's
the
a
bet,
method to this
actually.
method.
Unfortunately, that was the bet.
See the Richland. Richland Summertown game. Josh and I both picked Richland. Mount Pleasant and East Hickman. We split on that. I picked East Hickman. They have disappointed me
Hang on a second.
greatly.
Didn't I get bonus points for big?
No,
No.
we just wrote big.
No,
out
that's
there.
not how this works.
No.
Yeah, don't try to cheat the system.
But
Come on now.
East Hickman, I just want you to know that you let me down this week. I was pulling for the upset there. Josh and I both missed the Ole Miss and Georgia game. He's over here pointing stuff out.
Shady stuff going on. over there.
LSU and Vandy.
He's not very. We
Hold
shouldn't
on.
have give him. You should give
Hold
me the
on.
pin because I'm the one that's neutral here. He's trying to cheat your score.
You are never neutral.
He's
No,
cheating your
never.
score.
I'm not cheating the score. I missed one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
So
in my
you
It
went,
just happened to be on your hand.
no, that was your pick, stupid.
Oh, okay. Okay. It says Josh right
No,
above
it doesn't. It says Geyser.
I don't remember going 0-4.
All right. Well, you did now.
All right, LSU Vandy game. Josh picked LSU against my better judgment. I picked Vandy. I came out on top on that one.
Did you really though?
No, I did not.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I did not. I can't believe I picked Vandy to win the game. And then Mizzou and Auburn. Josh and I both picked
Auburn should have
Mizzou,
won that football game.
but you
For the
picked them,
second
and
week
they
in a row.
did not.
They did. They should have won for the second week in a row.
Yeah,
If they knew how to
well,
play offense, they'd be all right.
They had a
Shoulda.
quarterback.
Shoulda,
They-
woulda, coulda.
Or approaching
So they done.
bad.
If a frog had wings, he.
Okay. So moving on, right?
Moving on.
The year, y'all both have 5 wins on the year. Is that correct?
We're
5
5
wins.
and 5. 5 and 5.
500. I mean, that's
We're
a
500.
great batting average.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, starting out in our 2 high school games, as always. Next week, just to give a kind of preview, we may flip to 3 high school games. It's a pretty big slate.
That's great.
And we'll look at the lines, early lines, and all that. But our first game on the docket, a familiar foe.
I know where this is going.
Parsons travels to Summertown this week in a big region matchup. We truly think a lot of Summertown, according to you, Josh.
We talk a lot about them.
So we're going to let you have the floor.
So I got a bat lead off two times in a row. So I'm saying.
Well, anytime Summertown's on here, I think you're going to have to bat lead. Okay? You think the world of it.
I do like Frost is a
Great coach.
great coach, dude.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the best coaches in Tennessee.
Yeah.
I really believe that. I just don't know if he's got a very good team this year. Quite honestly, I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
Okay.
I hate to say that the week before we play him.
Yeah. Don't give him no bulletin board material.
Can you edit what I just said?
Too late now.
We're kind of out there. So that said, I think most people, if you watch the show, you kind of understand what I think about Summertown.
Their offense.
Their offense.
Yeah.
But it's at Summertown,
So that's Summertown.
and I will have said that their offense is good when they play somebody that they're similar to or equal to.
Okay.
And I think they're similar to or equal to Riverside, so I got Summertown.
Wow. That's a shocker.
It's hard for me to pick one of these. I like either one of them.
It's a shocker that he is.
I'm
Is
going-
this the first time that you have picked Summertown?
No.
No?
I got them right against Loretta.
Did he?
Yeah, he picked
Okay.
them. I have not picked Summertown.
So
this
he's
year.
big on the Summertown.
Yeah.
He's a closet Summertown
He's
fan.
closet Summertown fan.
Y'all don't know
I bet
how
he's
many
got-
royalties I'm getting. For,
Hey, I bet he's got a blue shirt.
I bet I
That's
don't.
probably what he wears.
Probably, instead of wearing a black shirt, he's got a
Yeah,
blue shirt.
I got a lot of colors in my closet. Actually, I don't. Blue is not one of them, especially summertime blue.
Okay.
Well, for the first time this year, and I can say that honestly, I will pick Summertown as well.
Okay, so it's clean sweep. Going with the Summertown Royal Blue.
So
Whatever.
this means Ronnie's one step closer to buying supper.
One step closer. Let's split the rest of the year. Let's just do that.
Okay.
I was wondering if
I
you
mean-
was catching what I was going down.
As much as I'd like to take a meal from you, I'd much rather take one from him.
Oh, yeah, those are old crusty dollars. In this bill.
Monopoly's back at McDonald's. If y'all are looking for a meal. All right, our last high school game of this week is another show.
I promise you, whenever somebody's got to buy me a meal, they're not going to come out cheap.
No matter where it's at, I can throw it down.
Another showdown in the high school game. I think this one will be a good one. Is Peabody at Huntington. Peabody at Huntington. A matchup of two powerhouse teams
Is that
over there in the
they're
West.
both one-loss teams?
Peabody is
Peabody's
undefeated.
undefeated.
Peabody is undefeated. Yes,
Huntington lost to Milan.
correct. So big for their region. Obviously, the last 2 weeks.
That game was set up. If Peabody wins, that sets up Peabody and Milan.
Next week, correct? Which could be on our pick'em as well.
Oh.
That's a big swing right there
Yes.
for the loser.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Whoever loses that, probably gonna wind up
Could
third.
possibly end up third.
Yep.
Yeah, agree.
Hmm.
So it is a
Or they could have a
huge.
funky little split there and all three-way tie for first.
How big did Milan beat Huntington?
Pretty big.
Yeah,
I thought it was.
yeah,
About 29,
something like that.
39 to 9, 39.
Pretty good.
10.
I believe I'm going with Peabody.
Peabody.
I wish I could tell you I'd watched them. I haven't.
You know, like Kirk Herbstreit and them, they tend to watch the people that.
They probably
I
know who
watched
they're
a lot
picking.
of football.
They know
You
what
ask my
games
wife.
they're picking ahead of
I
time.
don't think they do. I feel like they should.
I'm sure.
It's better for TV that way.
Well, just for the sake of, even though I really would like to get into your wallet, I'm going to go Huntington because it's at home.
Yep.
And that's one of those style things.
Yeah, that style is different,
It's-
obviously.
Yeah,
And
it's
that
a-
place,
it's a
that
big
place is
style.
gonna be rocking.
Huntington's very old school in what they do.
Yep.
Everybody isn't.
Agree.
One wants to go slow, one wants to go super
Fast.
fast.
Yep.
So yeah, give me Huntington.
So we're split on that one.
We're split on
Very
that.
good. I like being split. All right. So in college football, moving to college football, BYU at Iowa State. Okay. Seems like we've had Iowa State before, haven't we?
We
I
have.
believe. So Iowa State is a 2.5 point home favorite. Okay, so BYU at Iowa State, and Iowa State is a 2.5-point home favorite. So very tight, two pretty good teams. Josh?
Well, last time we had Iowa State in Pick'em, they played Cincinnati,
Yes,
and I picked Iowa State.
that is correct.
I picked
I
Cincinnati.
won't do that again.
Okay, so you learned.
As little as I know about either of those, I'm going BYU just for the sake of not getting burned by Iowa State twice.
Okay,
I'm going Iowa State.
so Iowa State for Matthew, BYU. This could be a big week.
It very well could
This
be.
is a big week. I love it. It means
You know
one
we're
step
both gonna
closer.
Go 3-2 again, right?
Probably true. I see you trying to peek. I don't like that at all. Okay. Did you see that?
Hey, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think it's our game of the week. Okay. That's why I don't have it last. But College Game Day is in Nashville.
This needs to be added to the list of stuff we don't touch.
College Game Day?
No,
No.
Nashville.
this game.
Well, College Game Day is in Nashville for the first time in. Have they ever been in Nashville? I don't know. I think they did say they had been there once. Not sure why, but they're there.
Were they there at the Alabama game last year?
No, it's been a while. They said. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, but I know they've been there one time. Is what they said. So they're back in Nashville. Vanderbilt is a 2.5-point favorite against Missouri. Okay. Vanderbilt coming in off of a big win against LSU. Pavia. Pavia, they big talk about Pavia. Who you got? As of right now, Vandy
Mo-
is in
Mo
the playoffs. Think about that for a moment, guys.
Mo is a big thing.
Mo is a big thing. That new stadium in Nashville, I'm not real sure what it is. It's a stadium.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there.
I bet it's
Okay, we'll say that about them.
I bet it still smells like a sewer.
It's weird looking. I will say that corner is different, but it's new, and they're rejuvenated. So who you got?
I wrote it down. I won't say it.
He's already on the board, Josh. He won't say it. He has to say it. I'm going to make him say it. He is picking Vandy.
Sometimes you just rather lose.
Just rather lose. I agree.
Give me Mizzou.
We've done a lot of that.
I won't do it. Give me Drinkwitz.
This is 3 games we've split on.
This is awesome.
I really think Vandy's gonna win.
Yeah, but
I ain't picking them.
Okay.
I despise Missouri about as bad.
Nah, no.
I do. I don't like drinking.
All right. So our final game, our headset, our headgear pick 'em, if you will. I think also has an interesting line when you really get down to it. Ole Miss,
I kind of thought you would pick this game.
you know, Georgia had Georgia on the ropes.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes, in my opinion, up until the fourth quarter, should have won that football game, I believe. And then kind of just, I don't know, at this point, you kind of got to say Georgia did what Georgia always does, unfortunately. I hate to say that, but they found a way like they normally do.
You got to give the devil his due.
Yeah. So they found a way. Georgia comes back and wins and hands Kiffin his first loss. So Ole Miss has to get back up off the mat and go to Oklahoma. Now, this is where it gets interesting, okay? Oklahoma is a 4.5-point favorite at home
What time is that game?
versus Ole Miss. I would imagine it's tonight. We can check that real quick if you don't mind.
Well, what I've looked at so far, that one was on the radar when I got to looking at what you might bring up.
So you're researching. I like it.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
good.
Of course, you know I've watched both of these teams.
Have you?
Yeah, all
It's good. I didn't know you watched football much.
sometimes.
Do you watch it? One game Saturday?
You're not going to believe this. It is
Yeah.
an 11 a.m.
Ooh.
game.
First game of the day. That's even
So
worse.
that's a little
That
thing
changes
where
a
I
little
was
bit.
going. If you watch the first 3 quarters of Ole Miss and Georgia, Ole Miss looked the part.
Correct.
I don't know if they run out of gas, what exactly went on in there. But first 3 quarters of that game, they looked like a bona fide team that could win a championship.
Fair.
Then the fourth quarter happened.
Yeah.
And he got away from it. Oklahoma can play the daylights out of some defense. Ole Miss not so much. I don't know that they stopped Georgia the other day, if I'm not mistaken. All that said, I'm going Ole Miss.
Ole Miss on the road. 4.5-point dog.
They were a big dog on the road against Georgia.
They were. And he's picking Ole Miss. And I think, not to interrupt Matthew, but I think he's leaning towards Oklahoma.
I don't think that's a bad pick either way.
This is you've picked a good game here.
Yeah, this is what I do.
I hate to give you
My
credit. Why
ultimate
do I give you credit?
My ultimate goal when finding these picks are to make y'all frustrated.
Oh, I'm frustrated.
It's
Yes, you are.
frustrating. I walked through the door.
It's frustrating. No one got to come talk to you for an hour. I'm going Ole Miss
Close.
as well.
Okay. Both of you picking up.
Yeah, I don't believe Kiffin loses 2 big games in a row.
It's good. Good call.
In a row.
Good call.
Yeah, that's
I think he's the better coach in this game.
I do too.
Well, yeah, I don't think that's a reach.
He's
I
just-
think I think they can score a lot of
Kiffin's
points.
definitely better.
I believe they can score at will.
Yeah.
I mean, Oklahoma's got a good defense, but I don't think you're going to shut Kiffin's offense completely down.
Well, that would make you ask this question to me. Is Kirby Smart or Brent Venables the better defensive mind?
Yeah, ain't no question.
Oh, Kirby Smart, without a doubt.
And they couldn't stop him in till the end. Fair enough. So that give us a little recap.
All right, Summertown and Riverside. We both picked Summertown. Huntington versus Peabody. Josh picked Huntington. I picked Peabody. BYU versus Iowa State. Josh picked BYU. I picked Iowa State. Mizzou versus Vanderbilt, as they say on the Swain event. Josh picked Mizzou. I picked Vanderbilt. And Ole Miss versus Oklahoma. We both picked Ole Miss. We split on it.
Okay. So that wraps up this week's picks. Far?
We'll close out the show. It's championship week here in the High Forest. Panthers, Mount Pleasant Tigers square off this Friday night at the Bobby W. Sharp Stadium, 7 p.m. for the Region 5-2A title. Kickoff, like I said, it's set for 7 p.m. I've got a feeling you want to be here for before the kickoff because I think it'll be a big crowd here. If you have not seen Panthers enter this stadium this year, you need to be here to see this. It is electrifying. Let's pack a stand. Let's be loud. Support our boys. They fight for another championship. And like we said earlier, show up, wear black. Don't let wearing black be the reason you don't show up.
If you ain't got a shirt, you let me know.
That's,
Matthew will body paint you.
That's right.
Get you to see.
That's
I'll
right.
be set up painting, I guess. Let's talk.
Hey, whatever it takes.
That's
right?
whatever it takes. Let's talk about our sponsors one more time. Junkyard Dog, Highland Corporation, Baxter Services, People's Bank, Casa Grande, W. Andrew Yarbrough, Attorney at Law, City of Hornwall, 2C, Septic Cleaning and Portable Toilet Rentals. I'm getting better at saying that. Bank of Lewis County, and this week's game sponsor, Assure Title and Escrow. Like I said, if you can't be here, we will be live on the High Force Sports Network, but don't use that as an excuse not to go.
Watch out Saturday.
Yeah, watch
after
that.
you
You'll
get
want,
done watching real thing.
you'll
Yeah.
want, you'll want to,
Absolutely.
you'll probably want to rewatch this game again. Marty, I'm sure Marty will be on the call. Matt probably be here.
Whole crew.
The whole crew should be
I think
here
Coach
this week.
Scott said he would make an appearance.
Well,
Yeah,
no, he showed up for one game this year.
Are we gonna pull the reins back on him?
Yeah, we
Maybe have a preview about basketball season.
we may talk to him
Yeah.
about basketball.
Yeah,
That's,
I think that would be good. Preview
we've invited Harrison Campbell
Yeah.
to come.
I doubt he's gonna show.
He's not going to show up.
It's
neither-
an open invite,
Neither
though,
is-
right?
It's open
I'll
invite
save
to
him
any of
the
these
spot.
Middle Tennessee. sports
We'll
reporters.
save him a water.
Yeah. I
And
got
Sun
the
Drop,
spot
we're
right
sponsored
beside
by
me at the
Sun Drop.
box.
Definitely sponsored by Sundrop.
But if you can't, if for some reason you can't be here, we will be live Friday night.
Maybe
Anything
Harris
else on
can watch
fa-
us on the broadcast if he can't.
Hey, absolutely.
I hope he does. I hope
Yeah.
he's watched this show.
Send him the link. Send him the link.
I've let him know that there is such thing as the High Force Sports Network.
And they know. They know up there.
Absolutely, they know. For Josh McDonald, Coach Ronnie Iser, I'm Matthew Farr. Friday night, 7:00, Bobby W. Sharp Stadium. Next week, at the same time, we'll be here for Coach's Show. Thank you for joining us. See you Friday night.